Franka Davis, a humble country girl from the rural Midwest, had long prayed for a chance to improve her life and help her struggling family. One fateful day, her prayers seemed answered when she found herself standing before a grand mansion, a far cry from the modest world she had known. With a deep breath and a determined smile, she reminded herself, "You can do this," and stepped through the gate, hopeful about the new opportunity awaiting her. At the entrance, a friendly young woman named Erin greeted her. Dressed in a neat uniform, Erin inquired if she was the newly hired nanny. Franka nodded eagerly, introducing herself as Franka Davis. Erin then led her inside where they met Mrs. Linda, the head housekeeper. In a reassuring tone, Mrs. Linda explained that Franka's main responsibility would be caring for Dwayne Walker, the well-behaved 5-year-old son of the mansion's owner, billionaire Damian Walker. Though Franka had heard rumors that Damian was gruff and hard to please, she was determined to do her best and hold on to the hope that this job might offer her more than just a paycheck. That very morning, Franka met little Dwayne, a quiet boy whose sad eyes betrayed a longing for his absent father. "Hi, I'm Franka, your new nanny," she said with warmth and enthusiasm. Dwayne introduced himself in a soft voice, and when Franka asked why he looked so down, he admitted that he missed his dad, who had been too busy with work to attend his school awards ceremony. To lift his spirits, Franka broke into a spontaneous, goofy dance. With no music to guide her, she moved with wild abandon, and soon Dwayne's frown transformed into laughter. In that moment, Franka realized that her role was about more than routine care. It was about bringing joy and healing into a child's life. While helping Dwayne get ready for the day, Franka's attention was caught by a conversation at the mansion's entrance. A tall, handsome man was speaking briskly on his phone. With his sharp features and confident air, Franka deduced that he was none other than Damian Walker, Dwayne's father. When she greeted him politely, Damian offered a curt acknowledgement before escorting Dwayne to his car. On the drive, Dwayne's quiet remark about missing his dad deepened Franka's concern. She sensed that the little boy needed more than material comforts. A father's emotional presence was sorely missing. Later that day, when she had a moment alone at the mansion, Franka gathered her courage and addressed the issue with Damian. "I've noticed Dwayne seems very quiet and often looks sad," she ventured, gently suggesting that the boy needed more affection and attention. Damian's expression hardened as he snapped back that his son was fine and that he was simply busy with work. Though his tone stung, Franka held her ground, silently hoping that with time, Damian would understand that true care extended beyond financial support. In the days that followed, Franka dedicated herself wholeheartedly to caring for Dwayne. Their mornings began with playful banter and impromptu dances that filled the mansion with laughter. One memorable Saturday, the trio, Franka, Dwayne, and Damian, escaped to a small treehouse on the sprawling property. In that cozy hideaway, Dwayne's creative ideas and innocent joy bridged the gaps between them. Sitting close together, Dwayne piped up with a child's simplicity, "Why are you smiling at us?" Franka replied, "Because we look like a real family." The moment was tender, as Damian, with an arm draped over Franka's shoulder, teased, "Do you want me to be your dad?" To which an excited Dwayne exclaimed, "Yes, I think I need to call you Mom." That day, amidst laughter and shared secrets, a fragile bond began to form among them. However, even as hope bloomed, dark rumors threatened to shatter the fragile happiness. One afternoon at Dwayne's school, while Franka was in the restroom, she overheard two mothers gossiping. They claimed that Damian was engaged to a wealthy, half-Chinese woman named Camille Price, a match arranged for business and social advantage. The gossip, which later found its way onto a news segment and was even confirmed by a social media post featuring an engagement ring, left Franka's heart heavy with betrayal. The thought of being reduced to the role of a mistress, of being discarded once another woman came along, was too painful to bear. Unable to reconcile her hurt with her duty, Franka made the agonizing decision to leave the mansion. That evening, as she packed her meager belongings, Dwayne's desperate cries filled the air. "Aunt Fran, please don't leave me," he pleaded, clinging to her with tearful eyes. With a broken heart and trembling voice, Franka whispered, "I'm sorry, Dwayne, but I can't stay." Her departure was a heartbreaking farewell. a sacrifice meant to protect the child from the painful complications of adult love and betrayal. Returning to her hometown, she sought solace in the familiar embrace of her parents, who welcomed her back with unconditional love and gentle understanding. At home, Franka slowly began to rebuild her life by taking a modest job at a local grocery store. Though the ache of separation still lingered, she found comfort in the simple rhythms of daily life. But fate had more in store for her. One afternoon, a fancy car pulled up outside her parents' house, drawing the attention of curious neighbors. Mrs. Ising, the nosy neighbor next door, teasingly remarked that the car, the flowers, and the obvious excitement meant someone was there to court her. With a mix of apprehension and hope, Franka hurried inside, only to be stunned by the sight of Damian sitting on the living room couch with her parents, and Dwayne bouncing joyfully nearby. Overwhelmed by a flood of emotions, Franka watched as Dwayne ran into her arms, hugging her tightly and whispering how much he had missed her. Damian, now appearing vulnerable and remorseful, quietly apologized. "I'm sorry, Franka. I want to explain everything. Please, just hear me out." Later, in a private conversation away from the prying eyes of family and friends, Damian poured out his heart. He confessed that the rumors of his engagement to Camille were nothing more than a business ploy, and that his heart had been stirred awake by Franka's sincere care. "After I lost my wife, I became numb to love," he admitted. "But your laughter, your kindness, made me realize what I was missing. I love you, Franka, and I can't imagine my life without you." Despite the intensity of Damian's confession, Franka remained guarded. "Nothing will change the fact that you're already getting married to someone else," she stated, her voice firm despite the turmoil in her heart. "I never signed up to be anyone's mistress." Damian's eyes softened, and he promised, "I'm not giving up on you. I'll do whatever it takes to prove my love and win your trust back." The sincerity in his voice, combined with his willingness to change, slowly began to thaw the icy barrier between them. In the following days, Damian made tangible efforts to show his commitment. He started spending more time with Dwayne, dropping Franka off at work and even joining her for quiet moments over coffee. The small gestures, once lost in the noise of a busy life, spoke volumes of a man willing to change for love. Franka began to see glimpses of the man he once was, a caring father and a gentle soul, and the tension between duty and desire started to ease. Their renewed interactions brought moments of genuine happiness. Evenings became a time for light-hearted outings, a stroll through the town's mall, shared dinners, and spontaneous picnics by a nearby stream. One such day, while walking hand in hand with Damian and Dwayne, the little boy pouted and said, "My feet hurt. Carry me, Daddy, please." Damian effortlessly scooped him up, eliciting laughter and warm smiles all around. Franka's heart swelled as she joined in the playful moment, feeling, for the first time in a long while, that perhaps a true family was within reach. As trust and love gradually rebuilt their bond, Damian planned a quiet date, an intimate picnic by a flowing stream, complete with a checkered mat and a modest meal. "I want you to always remember today," he said, promising that no matter how simple the outing, it was filled with meaning and hope for the future. In the soft glow of the setting sun and under the twinkle of fairy lights, their conversation deepened. Damian's playful jokes about role reversal, suggesting that Franka could be his boss while he served as her humble helper, brought hearty laughter and eased the lingering pain of past misunderstandings. Ultimately, the genuine care and renewed commitment between them paved the way for a new beginning. Their love, forged through trials and tender moments, culminated in a heartfelt wedding ceremony at St. Alexandra's Parish Church in Applewood County. The celebration was intimate yet joyful, filled with laughter, gentle teasing, and the playful protests of their children. Damian and Franka exchanged vows with a promise of everlasting love and loyalty, a promise that even amidst life's uncertainties, their family would remain united. As they stepped out of the church, Damian jokingly remarked about Franka's frequent appearances in a wedding gown, and Franka teased back that perhaps she'd finally mastered the art of being both a loving wife and a caring mother. Their children, Georgia, Daria, and Dwayne, chimed in with their own light-hearted banter, reinforcing the feeling that this was more than a wedding. It was the celebration of a new life, a blended family built on second chances and genuine affection. In a quiet moment after the festivities, as Damian silently prayed for the strength to keep his promise to love Franka and their children unconditionally, he vowed that his heart would belong solely to her. Their journey, rife with hardships, misunderstandings, and heartbreak, had ultimately led them to a place of healing and hope. Franka, who once came to the mansion with nothing but a prayer and a dream, now embraced a future where laughter, love, and family were at the center of her life. Together, Franka and Damian embarked on a new chapter, one filled with everyday moments of tenderness, mutual support, and the unyielding belief that love could triumph over even the deepest scars. Their story stood as a testament to the power of second chances and the transformative nature of genuine care. In the warmth of their newfound family, every shared smile and every soft embrace affirmed that sometimes the most unexpected paths lead us exactly where we need to be.